What's up, guys? Brandon with Strict Vision Athletics. So today we got a very cool product review for you. So we've got the Monster Bells by Rogue. Yeah, something that I've been using for a while. I really do like them, and obviously I like them. I gave them a little custom finish, and I decided to call them the Venom Bells. So always trying to be creative. This is one of the coolest strongman pieces of equipment that I found. I do a lot of strongman stuff. Obviously, I'm not, somebody who competes in that sort of a thing, but I love the exercises and I love the fundamental, any odd object training is really cool to me. So I love the implementation of that in strongman competition. Heavy dumbbells are part of that. They're going to be a part of the competition when it comes to the big events, and they're a big part of the training that I do here for strongman training in the gym. Let's get into the review. So as you guys may know, we do our review based on 5 categories: price, quality, usage, footprint, and customer service. Let's start with price. So these are by Rogue. And immediately when you see those letters on any kind of piece of equipment, you can expect that your bank account is going to be slashed. None more so than with these. The pricing is outrageous. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even for Rogue, this seems outrageous. So for the price of these guys, they are quite large. They are not really all that heavy. When they ship, they are not filled with anything, and we'll get into more of that later, and the price is not justifiable in my opinion. The price for the 6-incher, and the spacing, it goes 6-inch, 10-inch, 12-inch, I believe that's the space. You've got like 4 different options on Rogue, and it goes from $475 a dumbbell all the way up to $745 a dumbbell. That varies based on the size, the circumference of the face of each one of the strong bells. They're all designed to have weight added to them. You can add that weight through sand, you can add that weight through lead, you can add that weight through, I've seen some ground rock. The most practical way is certainly lead, which is the route that I went, which then tacks on an entire new pricing to this dumbbell, because you've got to find a way to add weight. When these guys come, and like I said, they come in different sizes. I have the 8-incher, so these were $525 for the empty shell. That's no weight inside of them. They weighed about 50 pounds, sure, but that's not what you want from a strongman dumbbell. You're looking for something that's 100, 120, 130 pounds. Mine are 115 and 125. So I had to add 75 to 100 pounds of lead per dumbbell. So you're talking $100 in lead per dumbbell-ish, maybe 125 for the bigger one. So add that to the already 525. I mean, you've got $650, $700, depending on how much lead you put into your dumbbells, in just the dumbbells, just to get them. And then that's not including the cost of shipping. Rogue will charge you $200, $300 to ship these things. At least they did for me for Arizona. So I don't know what that varies for you guys, but the pricing will range anywhere from like $700 to $1,100 per dumbbell once you get your weight inside. So you've got to really want these in your facility in order to justify getting them. For my money, it's not worth it for anyone normal. Again, I like it. I like having it, and a lot of my bigger athletes, they love using these. They look cool, and I love them personally. But this is not something justifiable for most home gym owners, and frankly, it would not really be all that justifiable for normal gym goers either. Unless you are a strongman, you're competing, or you're a coach, these really won't match the price they're asking. So I'm going to give that a 3.7. That's a low score for Rogue on the price department, but it's Rogue. You're paying for quality, yes, which we'll get into in the next category, but even more than that, you're paying, like I said, you're paying for those little letters. You're paying for Rogue to be printed on your equipment. So quality. Let's get to quality. This is the other side of the coin when it comes to Rogue. Yes, they are expensive, outrageously expensive, but you're going to get quality, and I know that, and that's what I basically told myself when I looked at these, and I said, you know what, I'm coming out of pocket $1,000-ish, but you know what, I know for a fact these are going to last forever. The lead is going to be something that doesn't ever get access to the weather, isn't going to rust, isn't going to get ruined, it's going to stay the test of time. So I'll get it, and that's what I ended up doing. I love these. The quality of these is unbeatable. They don't dent, they don't chip, they're extremely durable, they got a big fat grip to them. They're everything I hoped they would be and more. Now that I added the little stencil, I think they're a very welcome addition to the gym. So yeah, for quality, I'll give it a 9.1. They're very good. It's Rogue. Need I say more? Usage. Usage is also going to be a category for these that I think suffers. And here are my reasons why. As stated in the beginning of this video, these are both very, very heavy odd object trainers. Odd object training is something that just about everybody can and should implement into their training method. But these particular tools, they're just so big and they require a lot of biomechanical knowledge in order to operate them safely. I wouldn't recommend taking on these, especially if you're somebody who's trying to do like a single arm thruster like you see in the competition. You know, any kind of a overhead press with these or any of that sort of stuff. I would not recommend doing that unless you have a lot of experience and you've done it with lighter dumbbells, certainly before you graduate to something like this. That being said, most people, this is not their bread and butter. It's just not their cup of tea. I'll give the usage a 5.1. I think that's a fair score for these guys. They're just such a specialty item. They're very cool, but not everybody's going to want to do them. Footprint. They're big. It's a big dumbbell, but the cool thing about this particular dumbbell is if you're somebody who, if you're somebody who's past the first categories we talked about, if you're somebody who's okay with the price, you see the justification in getting it, you're somebody who wants to train as a strongman or implement odd object training into your method, all of that works, then you're going to probably end up with something like this. That being said, you're not going to need a lot of them. You're going to need one or maybe two. So that being said, they're really not all that big. They're not going to be a huge footprint. I'll give them 7.2. I think that's a fair footprint score for Rogue. The monster bells are big, but you don't need a lot of them, so they can fit just about any corner of the gym. Customer service. Rogue really isn't that great. Rogue is good in the way that Walmart is good. They're so big. They're a monstrous company. They will take 5 days to 2 weeks to respond to any emails you guys send to them. In my opinion, as far as, returns and stuff, I know anytime I've ever had an issue that needed to return, I always had to pay for shipping to ship it back to them. So now, that being said, most of the time if I buy from Rogue, I know I want it, and so I don't end up with a lot of returns. And again, the quality of Rogue is what makes Rogue Rogue. That's why they're able to charge what they are. That's why they're basically able to, charge Joe Rogan for stickers. Rogue is able to do whatever they want. They're the biggest name in fitness in the world. So, that being said, don't buy these for the expectation that you're going to get great customer service. Don't buy these if you're looking for Rogue to really educate you on how to do these. You're better off finding a strength athlete or looking at some of the guys from Elite FTS. They do some work with this kind of thing. But find yourself a good strongman coach prior to getting these. That's a really good piece of advice when it comes to buying this. These should come with a strongman coach. They really should. Or at least a base knowledge of how the lifts are done. Yeah, for customer service, 6.0. It's good, not great. That's the way I would describe Rogue's customer service. They're just so big. For the average score on these, we'll give them a 6.22. That's the average of all those categories. So is this worth it? I don't know. In all honesty, it was worth it to me. Is it worth it to you? I doubt it, but I'll let you guys be the determining factors on that. Please, if you have any questions, concerns, or disagreements with what I said, please let me know. I love hearing the opinions of others that disagree with the way I'm rating these things. Again, I think they're very cool. I think they're cooler now that I made them kind of right at home here in our comic book gym. But the practical application for the everyday lifter is probably minimal. Yeah, this is the Monster Bells. I love them, and you guys let me know if you love them as well.